Well, that was fun, wasn't it? And by fun, I mean Social Media Marketing World 2018. I thought I'd share some of the observations I made in the weeks leading up to the show and the show itself. I had the opportunity, the privilege to moderate the analytics community for Social Media Marketing World on the event Slack. And a couple of things really stood out in terms of where social media marketers are, marketers in general are. We are at a point where we're missing a lot of the basics. And a function of that is that the folks who grew up early in social media have obviously moved on, moved up, started their own companies, done all sorts of things that are all good things. And as each successive new wave of people enter the field, the knowledge of the basics of social media is not getting passed down. In fact, there's some gaping voids in the overall digital marketing and social media marketing capabilities that a lot of companies have. So let's talk about a few of these, 4 of them really. Number 1, be audience-centric. Go all in on being audience-centric. And what that means is it means focusing on what people want and giving it to them, as opposed to focusing on what the company wants, what the brand wants, and trying to browbeat people over the head that people should want the thing, whatever the thing is. People don't have to want anything that we as marketers offer. So it's incumbent upon us to figure out what they want and then adjust our products, our services, and our messaging to fit what the audience actually wants. And talking to the audience in as many different forms as they want, wherever they want, about things that they care about. I was looking at someone's Instagram account, and it was all product. And as the audience member, what's in this for me? What do I get out of looking at your Instagram account? All I see is your product. There's nothing helpful. Nothing follows the 3 E's, which is entertain, educate, or engage. And a lot of things just weren't there. The second thing, which is part of being audience-centric, is to give value before asking for it. Again, in reviewing a lot of accounts, in reviewing a lot of people's marketing at the show, there's a lot of take before you give. There's a lot of really terrible, poor quality outreach being done. People saying, I want you to check this thing out. And again, as the audience member, what's in it for me? What do I get? I know what you get as the marketer. And I'll flip that around. I as the marketer, I know what I want people to do, but in order to convince people to even consider it, got to go on the giving value first and giving real value, useful value, being, again, educational, entertaining, or engaging in some way that provides value to the audience. The third thing, and this is my personal issue with a lot of where social media marketing is people are not measuring what matters. We have talked now, for those of you who have hung around for more than a decade now, about measuring and what to measure. Measure what matters. We look at all these different analytics, all these different programs and platforms, and at the end of the day, what matters is what's either going to get you promoted or fired, right, as a marketer. For the audience side, flip it around. What should the audience be measuring? How much we help them, right? So if you have those 2 metrics, those 2 buckets of metrics, focus on measuring those first, and then everything else flows from that. So if you are going to get fired if you generate no leads, okay, well then what creates leads? And you do the math to figure that out. On the audience side, what creates that engagement that algorithms and AIs need in order to judge our performance as marketers? Well, okay, then do more of those things. So that's number 3. Number 4, there is a distinct absence of any kind of measurement plans, governance, structure, process when it comes to social media analytics. It is scary just how little people have planned ahead as to what to measure, how to measure, why they're measuring the things they're measuring. And so please take some time and structure a plan. Why, what, how? Why are we measuring these things? Right, could get fired. What are we going to measure? How are we going to measure those things? What happens a lot with marketers is that they rush right into, how are we going to measure the thing? And they buy all these tools and stuff, but they never think about what are they going to measure or why are they measuring those things. If you know why, because got to make money, right? That's the fundamental purpose of business. What do you measure is important. If you don't define that, then you can't really effectively shop for vendors on how to measure. So please take the time to figure out the what, because the what will guide you as to what tools will do the job and what won't. And just from long experience, there aren't a ton of tools that are going to do everything out of the box. You're going to have hybrids, you're going to have mixes of stuff, and probably for some time you're going to have a little bit of copy paste. That's the nature of analytics, because the most sophisticated algorithms, the most sophisticated tools aren't built into social media tools. Social media marketing tools and social media measurement tools tend to give the audience what they want, which are the easiest things, but not necessarily what the audience need in order to improve. And finally, the last thing is focus on practical and applied stuff. Focus on the things that you can do today. There are a lot of shiny objects in social media. There are a lot of VR and AR and 360 video and machine learning and AI. But for the most part, when it comes to just talking to other people, that's a skill that most of us kind of have. And so if we focus on that, if we focus on the practical stuff, focus on the stuff that's accessible and available to us today, wherever you are in your skill level, you'll generate more results that way than you will focusing on stuff that is not within your reach. One of my martial arts teachers, Ken Savage, says, don't reach for something that isn't there. If you think AI is the next big thing, that's cool, and I encourage you to study it. I encourage you to put your time in, to do the work to learn it. But if you're not there and your company's not there and you don't have those capabilities, don't reach for them. Don't promote them. Don't say that you have something that isn't true, because it will, especially these days, will come back to bite you. So those are some of the major takeaways from social media marketing world. We have not enough focus on the what, certainly not enough focus on the why, and we're not doing things that are beneficial to our audience first in order to prove to them that we have value, that we're different than the 18,000 other marketers that are hitting them upside the head, and that they should want to do business with us. Focus on those things, and your social media marketing will be significantly better than most everyone else's. Thanks for watching this. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel and also to my newsletter, which you see here, and I will talk to you in a very short time.